So, warm hellos to everyone and welcome to Writing Seminar. My name is Professor Perry. This short video tour will provide you with a quick overview of how to navigate this class in my courses. I'll also briefly cover some of the course expectations and highlight several of the course policies. We'll cover all of this in much more depth in person during week one of the semester. First of all, the unfun COVID stuff. Before the beginning of the semester, you need to be aware that unless the university requires us to go online because of the COVID pandemic, the modality of this section of Writing Seminar is in person only. If you have to miss class for a COVID-related reason, we'll work together to create a short-term action plan to keep you on schedule before you return to the classroom. These absences will not count towards the attendance policy for the class. Non-COVID related absences will be calculated normally as per department policy. This means that I'll expect you to attend class in person every day for the entire semester. Because of this in-person designation, I will not be recording individual class sessions. So if you miss a class, it's your responsibility to make up the work that you missed. If you can't commit to an entire in-person semester, I strongly urge you to find either a blended or fully online version of Writing Seminar in the university writing programs or the English department's course offerings. So, a little about me. I've been teaching some form of this class since I was a graduate student at the University of Cincinnati in 1994. I grew up in Spencerport, New York, which is where I still live with my wife, Kim, and our dog, Tipsy, as you can see there. I've been at RIT since the fall of 2000 when I began as an adjunct instructor in the English department. I've taught many different courses at RIT, including some Native American literature classes, a comic studies course, as well as classes through RIT's HEOP program and the MCAS program. And of course, I've also taught various versions of first-year writing, including many sections of Writing Seminar. Music is a huge part of my life. I listen to all kinds, but I especially love the exotica and lounge genre, classic 70s and 80s punk like the Stooges, the Ramones, and the Dead Kennedys, and I'm beginning to appreciate classic jazz. I'm a voracious reader, normally reading around 5 to 6 books at any given time. I've even written a children's book entitled Gargle the Goose, which is available on Amazon. I also love alternative comics with a burning passion. Ask me about it if you're interested. I'm also a member of a competitive barbecue team that competes throughout the Northeast and Canada. We even went to the Jack in 2016, the Super Bowl of barbecue, hosted at the Jack Daniel's Distillery in Lynchburg, Tennessee. In a highly competitive field of national and international grand champions and TV personalities, we took 3rd place in the Chef Choice category and 1st place in the dessert category. Needless to say, this was one of the highlights of my life. So let's go to my courses. What you're looking at is the home page of our class. I'll ask you to read this carefully during week 1. It contains a detailed statement of what you can expect in this course, as you can see here. It also contains a lovely picture of my face, along with the days and times of my office hours, and the Zoom link, which will be online this semester. Importantly, the bottom of the homepage also contains all of the deadlines for each of the required writing assignments this semester. You're going to want to take a close look at this. So going back up to the top, the tabs on the toolbar along the top of the page contain the various sections of the course. You can use the class list to contact each other outside of class. As you can see here, everybody's name. The Assignments tab is where you'll be submitting all of your written assignments in Word format. Each assignment has its own separate Dropbox. And you should also be aware that this is a completely digital course. The grades section is pretty self-explanatory. The grades section is pretty self-explanatory. I will be giving you grades of each assignment as we're going along, and I'll talk more about that on the I think, the second day when we talk about this together. Almost all of what you'll need in this class is contained in the Content tab. The folders along the left-hand side of the screen contain everything you'll need to complete the work in this class. As you can see, it contains the syllabus, which contains the course goals, the outcomes, the expectation, the description of the grading. This is another thing that I will ask you to read during week 1, and we will briefly talk about. There's some important things in here, like information about the Writing Commons, and most important of all are the class policies, and we'll go through these so that we're all familiar with them during week 1. Going back to the content section, the daily class sessions, the class schedule, contains the entire semester and is organized by week and day. As you can see here, it lists each week, the day of the week. If this is a Monday, Wednesday, Friday course, obviously this will look slightly different, but we could go randomly into the future, let's say to Thursday of week 6, and I guarantee you that this is what we will be doing that day. I stick very, very closely to the daily class schedule. You can also locate all of the writing assignments for this semester here in this folder. The primary readings, we will be reading all of these articles. This is our textbook here. This is available for free, and I'll show you where that is when we meet. We will not be reading every chapter here, but it's written by Joseph Harris. These chapters in the Joseph Harris textbook are what the ideas we're going to use to apply to the primary readings. That's how that works. Miscellaneous classroom materials, nothing in here has any grades assigned with it. It's just things that I will every once in a while show you during the class, and tip sheets and handouts is pretty self-explanatory. So overall, you can expect to do a significant amount of reading for this course. A large part of our focus this semester will be on critical reading strategies. This is not the kind of course where you can skip the reading and expect to be successful. We'll also be doing a considerable amount of writing about what we've read and discussed together in class. Central to this course is your willing participation in the class discussions we'll have about these readings. Thoughtful, reflective writing is most effective when it's a social, collaborative activity. In this class, as in life, our best ideas come from playing around with and remixing the ideas of other people. This is difficult to do when you don't read the assignments or don't join in the classroom conversations that we'll have about them. I've paid close attention to how the reading and writing assignments are spaced so that the workload and pace of this course are manageable. As is true in all of your college courses, if you get behind, you need to ask me for help sooner rather than later. You should also be aware that there are no quizzes or exams in this class, but you can expect regular weekly writing assignments, both large and small, inside and outside of class. Some of the assignments are low stakes, which means they're not worth as much in the grade book. And some of them are high stakes, which obviously means they're worth more. You'll want to take all of them seriously. I know that a good number of you are probably anxious or even resistant to taking this required writing course. At a technical school like RIT, many students straight out of the standardized high school curriculum have had some unpleasant past experiences with writing. This class is nothing like your high school courses. We'll be approaching writing from a very different angle than you're familiar with and probably expect. I'll be filling your writer's toolkit with the critical equipment you'll need to read, write, but most importantly, critically think about the texts and authors we'll be working with this semester. Writing is a lot like music. It can be improvisational, calm and peaceful, or filled with attitude. It can be slow or fast, or both. Both of them are always designed with a specific audience in mind. Writers, like musicians, make moves designed to have specific effects on their readers or listeners. They are both also deeply informed by a conscious awareness of their influences, engaging in a dialogue or dance with them. This is something to be excited about. I certainly am. So I'll be seeing you shortly on the first day of class when we'll be doing a brief self-directed placement. And if we jump to that real quick and go to the daily class sessions, this is the first day. And we will be consulting the directed self-placement page on the University Writing Program website. What the directed self-placement is designed to do is that it allows you to decide whether you're comfortable with the level that this course is at, or if it would be better for you to take the critical reading and writing course called UWRT 100. We'll be doing this during class, so you don't need to do anything to prepare for it in advance. Thanks for watching, and I'm looking forward to meeting all of you in person.